Goggins. We are going to turn that down a little bit. Turn on the video. Haven't done this in a while. This will be good. We got things popping off. Finally time to come talk about it at the card table. Let's see here. Watts wave is usually pretty solid. All right. We got video. Boom. All right. We're back at the card table. We got a bunch of stuff going on, so just wanted to do a live stream. I don't know. We'll chop this up for the podcast maybe at some point here. See how it goes. So solo whack today, because I think we've finally kind of come full circle on some things that started well over a year ago, and I want to start documenting it better as we go forward. I've done a terrible job, admittedly, of being consistent at this, but here's what we're doing. I got a bunch of stuff I want to show today, talk about today, and I think I see how much I can say, but like, just had a lot of, changes in life in the last year, like a lot of people have had, and so we're going to talk about some next steps for the card table, what we're trying to become, what we want to do in the future, and frankly, what some of the cards you're going to look at today are like going towards. So I'm not going to totally be able to talk about all of it because we're just a few steps away. What's happening? I can't respond to all chat for some reason, like the multi-stream, read only. I only get Twitch chat. I gotta go over to YouTube. Now I remember. We'll see if I can get there. Maybe it was on my phone. I was doing it on my phone, which is part of the camera. All right. Well, I'm not gonna be able to respond to YouTube chat. Type in. It's all good. We'll go on with this. It's live, and I don't have anything that shows the chat. Well, it kind of popped up there, but it's tiny. We gotta do better than that. Chat box. Bigger. All right, we'll try that out. All right, so I think the key to today is some PSA submission returns. And most of this has been stuff. There we go. Now we can see it. Most of this has been stuff that came from my collection like 20 years ago, if you've followed along, and God bless you if you have. My cards and my dad's cards and a lot of the stuff you can probably see behind me, although it's not in focus, sat like untouched for 20 years, and I heard people talking about cards. This is late 2019. Survived many years of my mom threatening to throw them out, and so early 2020 I was in a car accident and was like fully immobilized for probably 6 months, and I'm like, okay, I can lay on my stomach, that's about it. I'm going to go through these cards and figure out what to do next. And so we started going through it, and I tried to pull things out that I thought were grade worthy. No idea, looking all this stuff up literally from like carte blanche in the card world, as its modern card world as it stands. And so just watching unending content, listening to podcasts, and like eventually getting here and like starting my own, because I was just like, I don't know, I want to document this, want to share it, want to teach other people, and eventually knew this like was going to come full circle and go somewhere. And so we'll talk about where that goes today, because I guess I'll stop poking at it, but the card table is going to buy, not the card table, but that'll be its own little thing. I guess myself, I'm going to use some of the funds from me and my dad's card collection and buy a brewery, because I had a change in jobs this year, and that opportunity arose for me to kind of change things up and go out there and do something that I've been dreaming about for years and years and years. And it's always like my dad and my mom really wanted, my dad especially wanted these cards to like pay for college education, right? And I plan to do that too with my kids. And put money away for them. So that'll be their college fund years down the road. And so that's what now it's like. Okay, we've got some of it back in hand. There's many more, but it's like here's kind of the first ones and the first experiments. So we'll get to sharing that and probably yammer on about the brewery here in the future as well. But let's get into some cards. So the first submission is just a 3-card submission, and I'll kind of say like which ones I bought, and like all of this was just a total experiment. So this was something I bought off of eBay raw. Willie Mays 54. It had a lot of chipping down here, but you know what? Like the picture on the card, the centering was really nice. So it got a 1, but I'm fine with that. So 54 tops Willie Mays. And at any point, like these cards, I mean, I'll just be fully transparent. I'm usually not this way. Like I'm always fully transparent, but usually not in this mode of like I plan to sell the vast majority of the stuff you see here. So check us out at thirdgencards.com. It's just my eBay store. I'll be posting all these cards up on there or on Twitter at the card table. That's what we're doing. My slabs too. We're on my slabs. Should drop that link somewhere because they're awesome. 69 Nolan Ryan. Again, this is a raw purchase. I think I picked up the raw card maybe on a Facebook group. So he came back a 5. I was hoping for a 6. Thought it could 7. I really thought this would 6, but 5 is all good. And last but not least, this is one from the old collection. Pretty pumped about it. I loved Metal Universe back in the day. So in 96, 97, I would have been 14, 15. Yeah. And so I had multiple sets in a binder. Pulled those babies out. Pardon me. Grabbing a drink of water. And then grabbed Mr. Tim Duncan here. And he 10'd. So awesome. Tim Duncan, rookie. 97 Metal Universe. PSA 10. Very excited to that 10 because I had other metal cards that I was sending in too, which we'll get into. Now, these next ones came back in like no specific order, so bear with me because there's a bunch of stuff that I'll try to. I don't even know how to like separate them. I guess maybe by grades. I'll do grades out here maybe, like we can just pile them up. But some of them aren't all that crazy interesting. So I had, I think, a bunch of Roberts because the sub was like last September when he was red hot. We got a 10 on 2020 tops. Does that fit there? So we 10s, 9s, 8s. We got a Bowman paper. I like paper. I know it's not like the ultimate chase, but for me, that's just what I like. So I picked up a like cheap lot of these at the time and graded them. Very pleased with the results because of that. So we get a 9. We got another 9, Robert. I can't believe how cheap these are going right now. Like, is there not any upside in these? Maybe not. We'll see. I don't want to get into values too much today. It's just too much time. Tops, 9. Okay. So far we got a 10 and 4 9s. We need a little like counter up there, don't we? I gotta get better at graphics or something. We get a little more fun now. We get into some basketball. So I picked up a set of 2004 tops. This is like last March. And I graded the Dwight Howard. Near him an 8. So he'll start our 8 pile here. Oof, the glare. Get rid of that. No. We'll have to deal with the glare for a minute. There. Also from that set then, I got a LeBron, and I had a PSA 8 of this one already, so I was hoping for the 9, and it got a 9, which is great. So, nice 2004 tops, again, paper. I know it's not chrome, but I like the paper versions of stuff. I think I like photography on cards, and so, yeah, y'all freaking out about that new Prism card. Here's the original one. So very pleased with the 9 on that. Again, that was picked up in a set. I had a bunch of old Kobe stuff, definitely. So that's big over. Not screen. Try to find the right. Big screen table low. Nope. Triple cam. That's not working. Alright, we'll just go back to this one. That's good for live. Perfect. We also got the Kobe Mint 9 96 Skybox Premium. I found this in a box of 1989 score complete. It was a complete set box, and it was just labeled not score. And it was in my mom's handwriting. So this was just one card like in the middle of it. So needless to say, very happy with the 9 on the Kobe. Next was a card that I picked up on eBay, and it was, God, I don't even want to know what I paid for it right now. Remarkably cheap, but it's Prism Ruby Wave rookie Ronald Acuna, and I got a 10 on it. It's awesome. Love this card. Acuna fans. Prism Ruby Wave rookie, super low pop. Gotta like that, right? Numbered, low pop, but that's everything. So we got one for the 10 pile. Hoorah. So there's 3 of these total, but I guess I'll start with the best of the 3. One of them was altered stock, and I got that set aside. I know that was in a screw down, so don't put your cards in screw downs. This one 9, nice 9. I think there's maybe a touched up corner. Tough grade on that Griffey right now. So he goes there. And then, yeah, my first 7. And I have no idea how this 7'd. I think I'm going to crack it, I got to be honest. It is... Maybe there's a diamond cut. I'm trying to figure it out. On the back, it's not perfectly centered, but it's not that far off. And the front is... I mean, you try to get this even. The front is... And I got a 7. The corners are diggity. I have no idea. So this one might get cracked. Point being. Some more Robert. So a 9 paper. Finally, a 10 paper. Lewis Robert. A 10 tops. Nice. Whoa. Oops. Punching stuff. Punching. All right. Something like that. We got a 10. Robert. 10s are doing all right now. Here's one from the old stack. Love this card. Was hoping for a 9, but 8's a good grade on it. Man. From that top view. This Jordan is one of the best Jordans. So I got another order of Jordans, like 22 of them coming back. It's in QA2 now, so those will come. We'll show those next week. Hopefully next week, probably 3 weeks. Here's a Jordan 9 mint, 96 Fleer metal. Sweet card. Not as cool as the last one, but glad to have a 9. Oh, I put a 10. 10 there. All right. So we got the 8 and a 9 on the Jordan metal. I wish they were switched. but beggars can't be choosers. I'm going to do the next two at the same time. So these guys, I picked up 2 Garnet with coating from some dude on Twitter. It was like my first Twitter purchase. Quite pleased. I thought they could have 9'd. I thought for sure they could have 9'd. The one is like, I mean, that left to right, top, bottom. In the back, maybe not as much, but I'm kind of a KG PC. I guess he's probably the guy I have the most cards of. So I don't know. What's a KG finest rookie 8 going for? Let's take a look at this over here. All right, so we got Kevin Garnett, 1995 finest, PSA 8. $85. Yeah, definitely needed a 9 on that one. Damn it. Definitely needed a 9. Oh well. Beautiful cards. Put them in the PC. Whatever. The next 2 are probably the ones that like hurt the most, I have to say. One of them, I think the grade is respectable. The other I thought was very, very low for what the card is. And so it's 2. And these are they're just not the same card. Yeah, you can even see it on that right side. Look at that surface. There's something weird. And maybe, oh, I see some stuff on that. I don't know if that's just on the case. Yeah, it just looks like it's on the case. So that streaking on the right side, that's on the card. Like, I can see the 6 there. Otherwise, it's nice, but really tough grade. And the other cool thing, I think you can see here, these are like protected in the case now. So I don't know if PSA is going to be doing that with a bunch of cards, but I was very disappointed in this one in particular. I thought, let's see if I can zoom in on that corner. Yeah. I mean, that blue corner is always notorious, and that one is nice. I don't know where this one ended up going wrong. I thought it was an 8. So to come back a 6. Ouch. What do we got next? We got a Tiger Woods, PSA 9. 2001 Upper Deck Golf. So I'd got 3 of those somewhere in here, and yeah, was pleased with the results on the Tigers. I bought those in complete sets a while, like last year sometime. This one's from the old collection. Again, Michael Jordan Beam Team. An 8. It's respectable. Probably solid grade on that one. This one I didn't know why I got an 8. I had it as a 9. Centering's a 9. Maybe top to bottom. The back is a little off. Corners are sharp. 8s are the new 9s, I guess. Ooh, here we go. Finally, we have success. Again, 97 Metal Universe, Kobe Bryant, PSA 10. That is tight. Like the Death Star behind him. Dark Side. Sweet picture. One of my favorite cards. PSA 10, Kobe. Here was another one that I didn't think about sending in, but then I looked at the pop. So super low pop, 93 hoops, Shaq. He looks like baby Shaq. Awesome picture, dunking on somebody. And it's the gold version of it, so it's got that stamp there. 10 to that. I think that came out of a binder maybe. Again, we had like a complete set of that laying around, so. We'll do soccer. And this is the appropriate grade, I thought. The Mbappe with 9. It was a little off center in one of the corners. It was just enough to throw it from a 10, but pretty dope. So we got the Mbappe 9. Happy with that result. 9 piles getting high. And then very, very pleased with the Leo Messi PSA 10. So, I mean, 2014 Prism, gorgeous card. I picked up a couple Messi and Ronaldo's way back when. Raw. I got into soccer when it was like the only sport on. Admittedly not like a huge soccer fan, but I'm like, okay, I can learn a little bit about it. And shamefully, I had a bunch of Holland and sold them all super early. Yeah, I was chasing them in like Finest and everything, and oh well. Bunch of those BBB top sets, now worth a fortune. One from the olden days, again, KG, PC, love it. Min 9 Natural Born Thrillers. Of all the values that I've looked up, and I haven't looked them all up, this one surprised me most, but it's super low pop. Rare card, beautiful card. I mean, if you're a KG lover, you got to have that. So, be going on the market. Love the 9. Really would have liked to have a 10. If it's 10, it's like astronomical. So, couple more Kobe's. Found this one in a box. Gold Nugget Kobe PSA 9 1996 upper deck with the shades. Like it. I wish at least one more of these Kobe rookies would attend. I think I have some more in like other submissions. Who knows where. 96 SP Kobe rookie. That got a 9. I know there's more of these in later submissions. I just kept finding stuff. But at a certain point, had to send off a load. So, Tiger, 9. Not bad. Not bad. Tiger 9. Or no, Tiger 10. We did get 110. We did get a 10 on Tiger. I have no idea what the difference between those 3 cards are. They looked absolutely identical in my hand. And I had a BGS 9.5 that, like, every one of them was better. So, this is cool. AD 2012 Hoops 10. Picked this up dirt cheap with another card in a lot. Finally got that back. But super nice. AD rookie. I thought this one might 10. Russell Wilson, Tops rookie. I thought that might 10, but coming back a 9. I think one of the corners has just got a little bump on it. One more Kobe, 97 metal. That's an 8. So it's like that, like, sell the 10. I'll probably maybe keep an 8. I don't know. We'll see what we want to do here. 8s are right there. 2 more. All right. I know this is probably painful. We got a Rodriguez 94 SP. Very happy with the 9. I mean, always want that 10. Again, the 10s are impossible on these foil cards. So, was pumped to get the 9. Thank you for grading mint cards, mint PSA. That's really kind of you. And then this one, I think I just threw this one in there. I didn't even look at it, admittedly, but because I'd found it late. But it was just like, throw all the Kobe's in there. So that's a near mint 8. Kobe Stadium Club. So serious. 8. So overall, here we had 30. If I put the other ones into, well, the vintage I'm not going to include. But, so overall, we had 40 cards, minus the one Griffey that came back flattened because it was in a case. We have 2 PSA 6s, Derek Jeters, brutal. We have a 7 Griffey, brutal. We have a stack of, let's see here, 4. We got 9 8s. How many of these bad boys we got? We got 1, 4, 5, 6. So we got 18 PSA 9s. And we've got 5. I think we got 11 10s. So a gem rate of about 25%. 10, 11. For those that are saying PSA is grading harder, I'm going to have to beg to disagree. I think these were pretty spot on grades. I mean, there's a few of the lower grades that I got to review, like that one Jeter 6. I mean, this thing is, again, I think it's an 8. I'd like to see. I see one corner. So 6, I just feel is brutal on that. That 7 Griffey, I might crack and look at that one a little harder too. But like even the Jeters as a 6, like beggars can't be choosers, right? So those are the PSA grades. Again, Third Gen Cards is the card store, thirdgencards.com. You'll find that stuff listed there. I'll sell on Twitter if you want to contact me. If you see anything that you like. The goal is to put some capital together and buy a brewery. And in that brewery, we're going, I guess the card pertinent part is we're going to be holding, there's about half of it right now that's unused space, and we're going to be hosting card shows there. So I think I measured I can fit about 20 tables in, so it's going to be small size. Definitely trade nights though. So that's what the card table's moving into this place. It'll be like the partner business inside. I'll own the real estate with a business partner of mine, one of my best friends. So like that's what we've been building up to for the better half of a year. In some way, shape, or form, some of those grades could have been a little friendlier. So, get a little more money out there for the brewery. But it is what it is. It's amazing to be at this point now, and like the timing's right. So I'm super happy those cards came back and can begin to process them and go through them. Plus, I've been trading for a little bit here too. Like I had some success with my Marvel cards, getting rid of those and moving in, trading, selling. I traded into like a Mike Trout rookie that I'm so dense sometimes. So this is the Trout rookie that I traded my Marvel cards in for, like a couple 10s and then a bunch of 9s, honestly. So, but when I was trading this dude, I thought this was the other one. So there's 2 versions of this Trout, and yeah, I feel much better about our deal now looking back at it. Traded in, I cracked a SGC 8.5 LeBron James rookie exclusives, and it came back a PSA 9. So I traded that and a Nolan Ryan 1968 PSA 2.5 for this Jeter rookie and a couple $100 cash. Again, based on what I had into those cards and cracking the SGC, that was a deal. Got a bunch of cash on that Trout deal as well, with a bunch of other cards, and ended up taking some of that cash, turning it into a Steph 9.5 SGC 2009 Upper Deck. A couple of other things we picked up lately with some of the card happenings. Okay, so that's a little bit about the PSA sub review. We got a half hour in. This is good and digestible. We got more to talk about though. We gotta talk apes, y'all. I got my Bored Ape hat. I don't know how ridiculous this thing's gonna be, but shout out to all the apes out there. And if y'all don't know about the apes, like, go check out the Bored Ape community. It is amazing. It was the first NFT I've ever bought. I shouldn't say that. I had some Zed horses. That's right. I sold ponies to get an ape, and it is the most fun I've had on social media, interacting with all these other folks that, I don't know, I wouldn't say like-minded necessarily, but like the community is all like super helpful. It's like very primal in this weird sense that like people are just trying to help each other. Sweet sticker. So Bored Ape Yacht Club sticker. Yeah, and this drop on this merch was like really limited. They way under ordered it. We're gonna cross 4,000 individual apes, so there's 10,000 total apes, all different characteristics. Like, go find your soul ape. That's what it's all about. And yeah, it's just amazing that there's almost 4,000 individual owners of this NFT now. And then so here's the hat. We got the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Nothing underneath it. Adjustable in the back. A little bit of bored to death. They only made like 150 of these, so yeah, you know, resale game's hot. I was trying to figure out, I'm like, man, do I just want to, you know, what do I want to do with this thing? Do I want to sell it? Do I want to wear it? And I think I'm a hat person, so I think I gotta wear it. I mean, that is silly as hell. This, like, it's not even like a baseball hat. Oh, that's kind of tight. Like, you curve that brim. You gotta curve the brim. All right, hold on. Oh, the hair is bad. Hair is brutal today. We gotta get this Bored Ape hat on though. Boom. Bored Ape merch reveal. That's gotta be something, right? Looking rough. All right, break this bad boy in. Get the sticker off. That's what it's about. Bored Apes. Bored Apes and the card table. So my ape, he's Kevin. Check him out on Twitter. Ape at Ape1723. He's my ape mate. He's a stoned baked ape, and yeah, he's like that OG descendant straight out of the cave. You know, one of those OG apes. He's not the rarest guy out there, but like that don't matter. There's a special, like, I don't know, he's kind of like got a personality, honestly, like just kind of like my old man. That's why I try to think of like, oh, how would my like old caveman dad react to this, right? And that's how I take Kevin to react. But man, the Bored Apes community is super cool. Lots of different branding opportunities. We'll have some Bored Ape gear coming out with Kevin featured on it, so we'll be able to show that off. I've got some Kevin NFTs made, and that's the thing. Like, you can use your ape as a brand. You own that ape's IP, and there's a ton of stuff with, oh man, the rabbit holes of like the sandbox game, talking about the metaverse and having like 3D rendered versions of your ape through the House of Kiba out there. I don't want to speak out of turn. I have complete imposter syndrome in the NFT community right now, but I'm just astonished by what is going on between Twitter and Discord. They had LaMelo Ball was hanging out for hours. Playboy Cardi, Gary Vee, all these guys are hanging out in the Discord just shooting the shit. And seeing that ape community just blow up, like I say, and using the same concepts we talked about before on the card table, compounding, right? Like, I bought one single Zed Run horse, a Z10. I bred her twice, so I was about, let's figure, $240 in. I sold those offspring for to buy the ape. And so I got in a little bit lower. Obviously, like, the floor on these apes has just exploded over the past week or two. It's been just hugely fascinating. Watch this, and like knowing that there's 4,000 other folks out there, and like everybody's collaborating. It's all about collaboration and the digital artwork that you can get redone, neon signs. Yeah, and apes follow apes too. I'll just leave it at that. Like the Twitter account that I have with Kevin has like 560 followers or something like that. Like, mind blowing. So check out the baked apes, yes, but also the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Super fun stuff. Playing with all the fun apes around out there, and like just thanks to those guys like Clarence and a few other folks, Ape3449 on Twitter, that got got the word out, from the card world. There's a bunch of apes. I think Watch the Breaks maybe has an ape as well. So there's definitely people in the card world that have apes. There's a lot of card collectors. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm very sorry, but pretty fun to see all those folks, in that atmosphere as well. So I think we covered all our grounds. We're about 35 minutes in. We did the PSA submission reveal. We've got the brewery coming. I want to go off on that on a whole tangent, but just chat me up about it. I mean, we'll be I'm on the card table Twitter all the time. We can hang out, talk about beer all day long, and certainly when I can reveal where it's at, and start promoting some events. Like I was saying, we're going to be holding some small card shows maybe on a weekly basis. If the trade night type of thing picks up, I think that's a really cool means of gathering the community together, but not having anything formal. I don't need to charge admission, buy a beer, right? It's the best bang for your buck package you can get out there. We got craft beer on tap and the card show right next door. So one last thing I think before we cut out here, I've been talking about this for a long time, but having good returns with SGC as well. I don't know if I showed those returns. Shame on me. But yeah, SGC returns. But this is what we're going to be sending out. A couple 2013 Prism, Mookie Betts. I mean, these are all separate, episodes, I guess, for most, but we just wing it here. LeBron 2009 Topps, Kobe Chrome, Bowman. I think that'll 10. That's what I'm sending. 2012 Kobe Prism, Garnett, Bowman Chrome Refractor. That's numbered to 300. Kareem 79 Topps. I gotta get this. Mario Lemieux. There we go. Mario Lemieux, second year Topps. Nice. Ozzy 79. And then a Jeter. This has got a chance to 10 too, I think. So Jeter 96 Topps. So quick little submission, send it into SGC, because if you're sending it into SGC right now, that stuff's going to be back in your hand in 2 weeks. And so that's been the pony up game. I've been turning SGC submissions while I'm waiting on all these PSA subs to come back, because SGC is like a bird in the hands, worth two in the bush. And I've said this for the longest time, and hear me out on the card cast, on the card table before, if you can turn something around and keep compounding it, meanwhile your card's gonna be sitting in queue at PSA, you're paying a lot more for it too. SGC, as far as I'm concerned and what I've seen, I cracked a bunch of them and sent them to PSA, and every one of them has come back a higher grade. So there was a Ja Morant that came back a half grade lower. Fractal Revolution. I argue it's still gem mint. There's nothing wrong with that card, but we're not splitting hairs. So one card out of about 12 SGC that hasn't gone up in grade. So I think SGC is one of the best grading services out there. Certainly for vintage, it's a play. And I trust in their grading. So I know if there's, what I like to do is look at equivalent grades between an SGC 9, super undervalued. You can pick up SGC 9s for 60% of a PSA 9 sometimes. It's boom, grab that, crack it. I mean, it's got to be worth it. And again, this is going back months and months when you could sub to PSA too. So let me be clear that strategy doesn't necessarily work right now. And honestly, I wouldn't even do the crack and sub to PSA, because I think the SGC cards, there's going to be a ton of them. And when you talk about the national coming up, everybody's going to have fresh SGC in hand. They're going to be liquid as hell. And that's one of the biggest things SGC needed to see that value rise. So when everybody's at the national and everybody's fresh graded cards are all in SGC, but relatively speaking, I think that's going to be just monstrous from a market standpoint, and kind of that value equilibration. Point being, if you're looking at a PSA 9, maybe that's the market cap, but if you have an SGC down at 60% of that PSA 9, if that comes up 30%, that's 30%. Even if the card value from a PSA perspective doesn't change, that SGC value, I think, is going to be creeping up. I'm not Kreskin. I'm not anticipating this. I just think that people are going to, as they see more of these cards in hand, people are going to realize, and for $25 in a return in 2 weeks, they're getting a good value grade. And the grades seem very true. So that's what I'm doing. That's what the card table's up to. Check us out, thirdgencards.com. We're at the card table on Twitter. Also, Ape1723. I think I've been spending more time in the Bored Ape community lately than nothing, trying to figure out how to do different groups with the Bored Ape Beer Club, the Bored Ape Book Club, the Baked Apes group. We'll be hanging with those guys all the time. It's just a ton of fun. It's its own thing, but thanks for hanging out. I feel like I've rambled enough about apes now to satisfy and piss off anybody that came here for cards. So go have a beer. Hopefully have a beer at my brewery soon, and we'll be able to talk about that, where it is, and not break confidentiality, but we got to keep it confidential for a little bit longer. But super pumped about it. And thanks for coming along with the ride. I want to talk more about all the details, but I think that's probably pretty boring for people. So I'll try to do more of that kind of as its own little thing as we continue to build into the brewery. Either which way, peace, love, happiness. Shout out to everybody out there that's been working with me too. Positive vibes from Mikey B today. I think he's getting the results back that he kicked cancer's ass. So we end there. Positive vibes out there for everybody from the card table. Talk to you.